Okay, so now let us discuss the categories of defamation. So what are the categories of defamation? One, we have a slander, the traditional libel, and cyber libel. So titignan natin yung differences niyan later on. So, okay, next slide. And slander. So ano nga ba ang slander? Ang slander is a form of defamation that covers damaging a person's reputation by making an untrue statement about them. So parang ano din siya, defamation siya but in oral form. Okay, so in what context or situation ba could we say that a slander occurred? So sabi dyan, the statement must be made orally and it must be public. So as I have already explained this earlier, that in order to have a case of defamation, so the words uttered in the context of slander should be made in public or merong nakarinig na ibang tao or third party. And the intention, of course, lagi natin titignan yan if para tayo ay, kung titignan natin kung possible siya na maging case ng defamation or slander, titignan natin yung intention niya. If the intention is to defame the subject of the statements, we have a slander case here. So, but sabi ko kanina, intention or yung evil intent or malice is very hard to prove. Yan, sabi dyan. Defamation occurs if someone harms a person or business reputation by telling one or more people something that is untrue and damaging about them. So, ano nga ba yung mga examples ng slander? One is yung making a false statement on the radio. So, halimbawa, in-interview ka sa radio at halimbawa sinabi mo na si Wilber Tolentino ay may STD, so which is not true naman unless talagang proven na totoo, ay that is a slander. Then another example is spreading false rumors about someone, yan, na pinagsabi mo kung kani-kanino at marami nakarinig. Then a spoken statement in an interview about someone being a drug abuser. So yan, na hindi naman totoo din. Anything that is false, that na makakasira sa kredibilidad ng isang tao. Then we have here a case, De Leon versus People's case. A case filed on January 11, 2016, where the accused called the police officer walang hiya, mayabang, and mangungutong in public, which is yung mangungutong mahirap, tawag ito, mahirap i-prove sa kanila yan, lalo na walang hiya and mayabang. Mangungutong is lahat naman ng ng pulis, common yan sa pulis, but it is very hard to prove, lalo na kung matino naman yung isang pulis. Kasi yun yung connotation sa mga pulis, di ba, mangungutong. So next is punta tayo sa traditional libel. So we have traditional libel. So ang if the standard libel is a defamation by done orally, this libel naman is a defamation on a written form. So sabi dyan, libel generally refers to the offense of injuring of a person's character, fame, or reputation through false and malicious statements. Ganun pa rin, same characteristic of defamation but slander as well, but this one is libel is dapat ito ay naisulat, na i-publish at nabasan ng ibang tao kahit isa lang. So ganito din i-define ng Article 353 of the Revised Penal Code libel. So a libel is a public and malicious imputation of a crime or of a vice or defect, real or imaginary, or any act, omission, condition, status, or circumstance tending to cause the dishonor, discredit, or contempt of a natural or juridical person, or to blacken the memory of the one who is dead. So anything na isinulat mo sa isang tao na nakasira sa kanyang, o kaya tao na buhay at patay, na nakadishonor, discredit, sa kanyang credibility as a person. So that is considered as libel. So, ano nga ba yung mga elements ng libel? Ano ba yung mga titignan nating mga elements para ma-identify natin na yung isang sitwasyon na yun is pwede siyang maging isang libel case. So number one is defamatory imputation. So ang sabi dyan, ang defamatory imputation is the defamatory accusation or charge that the plaintiff alleges is conveyed by the matter published by the defendant concerning the plaintiff. So sabi dyan, the accusation daw being claimed by the plaintiff o yung nagsampa ng kaso is as in defamatory should be conveyed or published, or it should be published nga by the defendant. Kailangan yung sinabi mo na yun or yung isinulat mo na yun, the defamatory ay should be published or made viewable, accessible in written form, committed by the defendant. So sabi dyan, the imputation na sinasabi dyan may take the form of words, symbols, pictures, cartoons, or signs. So without a defamatory imputation, there is no libel. So kung hindi present yung element na yun, wala tayong kaso ng libel. So ang libel is not only through written words. So pwede rin through symbols, pictures, siguro halimbawa is yung isang respected na artista is inedit mo yung picture tapos nilagay mo yung ulo niya doon sa may katawan na nakahubad. Yan, pwedeng yun, it can be paninirang puri na respected actress siya tapos gagawin mo siya, parang na-tarnish na baka akalain ng iba kasi is siya yun. So parang yung magandang imahe niya sa publiko is na-tarnish na. So yun. Then we also have an example here sa mga taong patay. For example, the reference in a magazine article to a deceased Muslim patriarch as not belonging to a royal house and having once lived with an American family. So kung pag-iisipan mo mabuti yung article na yan at first reading, maiisip mo, kung hindi mo pag-iisipan mabuti maiisip mo parang tinatarnish niya yung credibility ng Muslim patriarch na tinutukoy na yan. Well, in fact, yung statement na yan, the writer only express yung fact about the Muslim patriarch na hindi nga siya talaga, really does not belong to a royal house and tumira siya sa once in an American family. So sabi dyan kasi, titles of royalty are not generally recognized in their national community with Republican and egalitarian foundation. Likewise, it is also not unusual for citizens to live with and share in the culture of Moors or foreigners. Yun. Okay, so next element of libel na titingnan natin is yung maalis. So we have already mentioned this before that it is very hard to prove. Yung malice nga, again, that is the evil intent. Ano ba yung dahilan niya? Yung hindi magandang dahilan kung bakit kanya siniraan o sinabihan ng hindi maganda naka-injure sa personality mo. Sabi dyan, in a libel case, it consists in intentionally publishing without justifiable cause any written or printed matter which is injurious to the character of another. So yan, yung dapat titignan mo. Intentionally published, talagang katulad ni Zainab at saka ni Wilbert, talagang may intention na sirain yung kanilang character. So we have an example here, yung 12 million libel suit ni Samuel B. Piolo Pascual versus Lolit Solis. So this happened last 2007 pa. So this was 15 years ago. So parang ang story nito, to make the story short, so si Lolit Solis kasi kinlaim niya na nakita niya itong si Piolo Pascual at saka si Samuel B. sa Sofitel noong October 15, 2007 na parang having ayun, having a sweet moment together. So parang ipinalalabas niya na mayroong relasyon silang dalawang artista na yan. So itong dalawa na to ay fireback sila, as a rebuttal, ang ginawa nila is nagsampa sila ng kasong libel dahil ipinablish ito ni Lolit Solis sa Diario and even sa tabloid. So I can still vividly remember this. Napaka-hot na issue niyan even sa mga news reports dati pa. So ang sabi ng dalawang actors na yan, si Sam Milby and si Piolo Pascual, so baga parang dun sa article na yan ay tinukoy, indirectly tinukoy niya na yung dalawa na yan ni Lolit Solis, tinukoy ni Lolit Solis yung dalawa na yan na homosexual, si Sam Milby and Piolo Pascual. So, ang claim ng dalawa, sila ay mga bankable actors that time in the eyes of the viewing public. Hence, na-tarnish yung kanilang reputation. So, ikaw ba naman, diba, na sikat ka na pa sa time na yun as an artista, din sasabihan ka ng homosexuals. Pares pa silang talagang mga bankable actors nga. So yun, hindi nila matanggap yung sinabi ni Lolit Solis. Nag-file sila ng libel suit at nag-demand sila ng 5 million each and 1 million for 5 million and 1 million. So total of 12 million. So yan. Kaya ako sa may commercial break, so later na lang. Okay, so ayun pala. Piolo and Sam demanded 5 million each plus 1 million each for exemplary damages. So hindi rin nag-push po yung kaso kasi nahingi lang din ng sorry itong sila Solis at tinatawad naman ng dalawa. So yun. Then another one is publication. So namanggit na din kanina ito. So the material should be made public. Dapat i-publish siya sa halimbawa sa diaryo. Yung katulad nga na nangyari kay Lolit Solis. So yun. Then identifiability of the victim. So sabi dito, the element of identifiability means that the person who read or learned about the libelous matter must know that it referred to the plaintiff. So, hindi kailangan kasi na, we have a case here if the third person is alam niya na, halimbawa, yung sa case na lang ni Wilbert Tolentino para madaling state, kailangan yung nakabasa ng article na yon or news item na yon is alam niya or sure siya na si Wilbert Tolentino yung tinutukoy doon sa post na yon. So, hindi pwedeng ikaw yung tinutukoy doon sa post na yon or article na yan na sinasabi mo na sure ka na ikaw yung tinutukoy. Hindi, they would not accept that. Dapat merong magsasabi na third person na sure siya na ikaw yung tinutukoy dun sa article na yun. So identifiability of the victim. So sabi dyan, the element of identifiability means that the third person who read or learned about the libelous matter must know that it referred to the plaintiff. So in order to maintain a libel suit, it is essential that the victim be identifiable. It is not necessary that he be named. Hindi kailangan siyang pangalanan, but yung exact na pagkakatukoy sa kanya na kulang na lang talaga pangalanan is siya yun. So dapat someone can testify for you that you are the person being referred to in the article. So ganun siya. So now we have a question here which was answered na, do we have a libel case if one of the elements is absent? So sabi dyan talaga, no, there is none. Bakit? Kasi all these elements must be present in order for a libel case to materialize. So if wala ni isang element dyan, they cannot file a case against you because that is what the law requires. Dapat present yung apat na elements na yan. So as I mentioned earlier, kanina, among these elements, ang pinakamahirap i-prove dyan is malice. Kasi don't know what the intent unless meron kayong hidwaan dati pa katulad ng case ni Wilbert and Zainab Harake na there is really malice within that na parang bumawi nga siya kay si Wilbert kay Zainab Harake. So yun, punta naman tayo ngayon sa cyber libel. So ang kaibahan lang naman ng cyber libel is libel committed through ICTs. So via Facebook, YouTube, or other similar means. And one of the famous cyber libel cases na recently is yung case ni Enchong D at saka ni Congresswoman Claudine Bautista. So this is the 1 billion cyber libel case. Ito naman kasi si Enchong D, marami nga nagsasabi hindi siya nag-iisip bago niya sabihin yung nasa isip niya. Ito kasi yung post niya. I don't know if you went over his post. Ang sinabi niya kasi is, the money for commuters and drivers went to her wedding. Let's not prolong this conversation and don't say otherwise. So ayan, ang bongga kasi yung naging kasal ni Congresswoman Claudine Bautista Lim. So parang sa Balinese resort sila yung ginanap yung kasal or yung reception. So ang hindi kasi alam ni Enchong D, napakayaman nung napangasawa ni Claudine Bautista Lim, mga taga Davao na rich family from Davao. Yun yung pagkakaalam ko. So yun. So in the case of cyber libel, it is through ICTs or any other similar means where the situation occurred. So ito yung summary ng categories ng defamation. Slander is committed orally. The traditional libel naman, defamation in written form sa traditional print media. Yan, or pwede rin sabi nga natin kanina, sa mga pictures. So yan. Then cyber libel naman is mga libelous statements na written or published online. So itong traditional and cyber libel, they differ in terms of kung saan ipapunish yung defendant. Pag sa cyber libel, he is punishable by Cyber Prevention Act of 2012, and yung traditional libel naman is punishable under Section 1 of Article 3/3 Revised Penal Code as amended by RA number 10951. Then itong slander naman is similar section, Article 358 of the same Republic Act. So yun, so that ends the lesson on categories of defamation, and we will go to the next topic, which is copyright. Okay.